An academic institution seeking the blessings of the goddess of knowledge is an integral part. I invite our student, Mr. Chitam Pandey, to invocate the blessings of Ma Saraswati through his soulful voice. Sharade Mata Sharade Namo Sharade Mata Sharade वीणवादिनी देते आशीष बालकों को तारे दे वीणवादिनी देते आशीष बालकों को तारे दे नमो शारदे माता शारदे नमो शारदे माता शारदे हंस वाहिनी ज्ञानदायिनी ज्ञान स्वर का दे हमें ओ हंस वाहिनी ज्ञानदायिनी ज्ञान स्वर का दे हमें त्याग मन से छल कपट को आए तुम्हारी शरण में कार्य पूर्ति हो सफल ऐसा हमें वरदान दे कार्य पूर्ति हो सफल ऐसा हमें वरदान दे नमो शारदे माता शारदे नमो शारदे माता शारदे वीणवादिनी देते आशीष बालकों को तारे दे वीणवादिनी देते आशीष बालकों को तारे दे. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Archita. A very warm welcome to all the dignitaries on the days of the days, research scholars, teachers, and students for the state-level workshop on harnessing the power of marine venom. With the national education policy, Indian knowledge system has become an important part of academics. Indian mythology speaks about churning of the ocean, Samudra Manthan, which led to the release of 14 Ratnas from the ocean. The first to emerge was deadly poison halahan that was consumed by Shiva. It's indeed a fortunate alignment of stars today that we gather here to discuss marine venoms with stalwarts from CSIR, National Institute of Oceanography, who will help in churning the ocean of information to give us nectar of knowledge through venom. A very Paracelsus says, all substances are poisonous. There is none that is not poison. The right dose differentiates a poison from remedy. So let us dwell into an interesting discussion today to understand the potential of marine venom. I now request Principal, Dr. Himanshu Rao sir, to give his welcome address. We have with us Dr. Usha Mukundan, who is the Director of Academic Affairs of Hindi Vidya Prachar Samiti, and her blessings, her words of wisdom are always boosting our enthusiasm. And request Madam to give your words of wisdom.
Thank you, Deepak sir, and a very good morning to everyone present here. Respected guests on dais, Dr. Narsim Thakur, who is a Senior Principal Scientist and Head Chemical Oceanography Division, CSI, National Institute of Oceanography, Goa. Also on the stage with us is Dr. Mandar Nanachkar, who is a Principal Scientist again at CSI, NIO, Goa. We are also joined by Mr. Pradeep Patade, sir, a co-founder of Marine Life of Mumbai and Director of Coastal Conservation Foundation of Mumbai. We have with us Dr. Kalyan Dey, Scientist, CSIR, NIO, Goa. Other dignitaries who are of the dais. On dais, we also have Savitribai Phule Adarsh Shikshika Puraskar winner and the former principal of this institute, now the director, Dr. Usha Mukundan Madam. Also on stage is Head of Department of Zoology, Mrs. Sanika Gupte, who is the convener of this workshop. My colleague from Zoology, Dr. Geeta Joshi, who is the organizing secretary of this workshop. My other teacher colleagues from Zoology, Botany, other teacher colleagues from other colleges, my own students and other participant students who are gathered here today. As a principal, head of the institute, I extended a warm welcome to each one of you for this unique workshop, which is designed for you all by joint efforts of the National Institute of Oceanography, Goa, and the Department of Zoology, Junjunwala College. Departments of Botany and Zoology in Junjunwala College represent a classic example of coexistence. They are as old as this institute, which was started in 1963. The south wing of our college building, the first floor, is the Department of Biological Sciences, and we two departments share everything. Our laboratory staff, our central instrumental facility, our museums, our laboratories, and even our students also. It's a classic example of symbiotic association. This is the department where a student could be a student of botany, a zoology teacher, Dr. Bhagwat, Dr. Pradhan, Mrs. Dawle. Same way, department where a zoology student could freely go for the consultation with Dr. S.M. Karmarkar, Dr. Ramonkar. In 60 years, we have not just grown, but we have evolved. One teacher, still from the same league, is none other than Dr. Usha Mukundan. Till today, she is a mentor for us. Earlier, she was a principal of this institute for 17 years. She had to look after only one institute, but now she's a director of academics at the Samiti, which has 5 different institutes. So with age increasing, she also has a work increasing, but it is never seen on her face. She is a true source of inspiration for all of us, a bundle of energy. And madam, thank you very much for being with us this morning, taking out your valuable time. I'm sure when I sit back on the stage and she finds a moment to talk with me, she will say, sir. She never calls me Himanshu, though I am her student. She always calls me principal, sir or sir. And then she will say, sir, you should have first acknowledge the presence of our guest who will come all the way from Goa. I am the host. But let me answer this to madam. Madam, I wanted to first put a face on the canvas, and then I will put the beautiful smile on that face, which these guests from Goa are going to put on their face today. So I now acknowledge all our esteemed guests who will come all the way from Goa, spending time with our students in this workshop, which I believe is a non-zoologist, a very unique topic, talking about the methods of harvesting the marine venom and the research and the outreach potential that the subject has. So thank you very much all our esteemed guests who are here today. Shall we acknowledge your presence? A final word for my dear students. Geeta Madam must have informed you that you must bring your own tiffin. But I'm sure Madam has also arranged for some munchy boxes for you in the afternoon to take care of your hunger. But dear students, when you leave this campus today evening, you should still remain very hungry. I'm talking about the hunger of learning. You must keep that hunger always in you, that fire in you, that will make you successful in what you want to achieve, learning new things, and perhaps one day you shall also be on this stage, on the other side of what you are saying. Once again, as head of the institute, I extend a warm welcome to everyone who is present here, and I congratulate our convener and organizing secretary, Madam, for this wonderful topic to brought on this campus in association with CSIR NIO. I wish you a grand success, Madam, and all of you have a wonderful stay on this campus. A campus might be small, but our heart is big. So welcome to Arjun, Madam. Thank you.
The personality that we talked about, the bundle of energies, all the photophosphorylations bring ATP through her.
Thank you, Deepak. A very good morning to all of you. At the outset, I'm extremely thankful to the director of NIO for very magnanimous effort on their part. We are not a very big institution, but we love to learn. And this one step, I think, will go a long way in building up the bridges and the coordination. And for you students, the workshop, you're not just a listener here, but you are going to interact with the scientists, you're going to speak to them, ask for their time, and you take this forward. That is what is more important. Not because it is part of the curriculum, not because it is your OGT or internship, but because life means learning lifelong. So with this, I extend a very warm welcome to all of you, sir. And maybe I would very much like to listen, because what you have spent as a team is very interesting, and I'm very sure you would also give them some insight on how they can do small experiments at the lab level and learn from this workshop. So thank you very much for being with us today morning. And to you all young students, you are our true inspiration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. When we say Usha ma'am is a bundle of energy, Himanshu sir is a bundle of positive energy as well as a pleasant personality. Both of them always boost our enthusiasm in all these activities. As a part of our tradition, we wish to welcome our guests with a small token of love. I request Dr. Usha Mukundan to welcome Dr. Nasim Thakur, Senior Principal Scientist and Head of the Oceanography Division, CSIR, NIO. I request Dr. Himanshu Ravna to welcome Dr. Manda Nanaskar, Principal Scientist and Head PNE, CSIR, and Goa. घर के लोगों को वेलकम नहीं करते हैं, बट हमारे पास दो बॉटनिस्ट्स हैं. So with a small clap, we would like to welcome Dr. Usha Mukundal, I request Sanika Madam, Head Department of Zoology. Sanika Madam, please give those to remarks yourself. Though we welcome you as a guest, sir, but the warmth of RJ College will make you a part of the RJ family. And that's what is the beauty of our college. I now request Dr. Narsin Thakur, Principal Scientist and Head, Chemical Oceanography Division, CSIR in our National Institute of Oceanography, Goa, to kindly brief us about the workshop.
Good morning and namaste. So today we are here to learn more about the venomous marine organisms, the venom produced by them, and how we can harness the venom for various applications. So first of all, I'm thankful to RJ College for giving us this opportunity to coordinate with them, to collaborate with them on this very important topic, that is harnessing marine venom, the outreach activity of our CSIR project. And we are also fortunate to have well-known scientists, teachers, and other faculty members to educate us on this particular topic, because this is very unique workshop. I think when registration link was open, there was overwhelming response from the participants or the faculties and the students from all over India. Of course, we could manage to take limited students, but some of the participants have already joined online for this workshop. So overview of this workshop is like, after this, we will introduce you to what are the venomous marine organisms, different venomous marine organisms, how we can do biodiversity survey of these venomous marine organisms, then chemodiversity of venomous marine organisms. Also, which are the venomous marine organisms you can find along the coast of Mumbai. Then there will be one lecture from a professor from Belgium, that is in afternoon session. He will be talking about marine venom and how they analyze the marine venom. That is a chemistry part, chemical investigation of this marine venom. And at the end, we will be interacting with you, our team from CSR NIO, Mr. Venkat, Dr. Kalyan, myself, and Dr. Mandar. That what are the opportunities available at CSR NIO Goa and also our regional centers, because NIO is headquartered is in Goa, but we have 3 regional centers. One regional center is in Mumbai also. So you can, if you are not, if it is not possible to visit our Goa center, the headquarters, but you can definitely visit our Andheri center, data center. Also, we have one center in Cochin and Visakhapatnam. So this final interactive session will introduce you to various opportunities, not only for students but also for the faculty, how we can collaborate through a project mode, collaborative with NIO and other colleges in Mumbai. So purpose of organizing this outreach activity in Mumbai is to bring together all the students and faculty members of life sciences and chemistry basically, to introduce this new topic, that is marine venomous organisms and creatures. Of course, there are 2 aspects. One is that we have to understand the diversity of the venomous organisms, which are the venomous organisms. Then safety point of view, we should know what should be the first aid if you are have any effect of this venom, or you encountered any venomous marine organism in the field, because life sciences students are doing a lot of field work. So definitely these venomous marine organisms are sometimes dangerous. Even being in Goa, we are facing a lot of problems. Our tourists are facing problems due to this venomous marine organism. And sometimes we do educate our medical fraternity also, that how to handle this kind of situation. So first aid part is one. Second one is that, as the companion mentioned, like Samudra Manthan, so halal, or the wish which we discovered, or they and Dano discovered that time. So this venom is also useful for mankind. So there are various applications of venoms. Through my presentation, I will highlight some of the applications of venom for, say, drug discovery purpose or biotechnology purpose. So that is also one of the positive points. And so venomous organisms are not always dangerous organisms, but also useful for mankind. We can harness these organisms for various applications. So that is the whole purpose of this. So at the end, I would like to thank Dr. Usha Mukundan Madam, who is the director of Educational Affairs, Dr. Gowda sir, the principal in I think Dr. Sane, head of zoology department, and Dr. Pita Joshi from zoology department. But the special thanks to them because they agreed to host us and have this workshop here in this college, so that now we are interacting not only with the RJ college students and faculty, but also many other colleges and students of other colleges are attending this workshop. Some participants are already they have joined online and they are also listening to us. So with this brief background, and finally I have to thank my director because Professor Sunil Kumar Singh, he was supposed to attend this function physically. Then due to the meeting, he said that I will come online, but unfortunately he's ill now with fever, so he's not attending. But my colleague Dr. Mandar will, on behalf of him, he will address the gathering. He will give welcome the inaugural address. So with this brief background of the workshop, now I will take over. After this session, my presentation is the first. So that time we will discuss more about venomous marine organism and their applications. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I think the introduction itself has piqued up curiosity and enthusiasm in us. I now request Dr. Mandar Nanaskar, Principal Scientist and Head PMECSIR NIO Goa, to give the inaugural address on behalf of Professor Sunil Kumar Singh, Director, NIO.
So, good morning, all the students and dignitaries on the dais. As Dr. Kaku said, Director Sir is come with fever, so he has extended his wishes to all the participants who are attending the workshop. And as Dr. Kaku just explained, we are stationed at Goa as well as Visakhapatnam, Mumbai, and Kochi. So not only marine venom, but there are many other aspects of oceanography which we deal with, almost all the aspects. So all the students who aspire to take up oceanography and marine science as a field, they are always welcome. You can always visit the institute wherever possible and interact with scientists, look at your interests and the interests of the scientists, match it with what best can be done, and you have scope to do whatever research, marine research you want to do. So that is what the institute is for. So lot many mysteries are there in ocean. Lot many things are to be explored, discovered, to know about it. And we are dealing with many aspects of oceanography. So you're always welcome. And I hope many of you will be taking up interest probably after these sessions of interaction with the experts. So all the best. And I again extend my wishes to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. As precisely said, the ocean is so vast that a person who wishes to use the ocean, depending on the perception, can just wet his feet, can go for fishing, or can dive deep into the ocean and get a bird. Coming to the end of this session, of the inaugural session, I would like to thank the team from NIO, Dr. Nasir Thakur, Mandar Nanaskar sir, Kalyanji sir, for this function, and all the other dignitaries who are present here. I thank Dr. Usha Mukundan and Dr. Himanshu Davda sir for giving us this opportunity and hosting this function. Thanks are due to Sanita Gupte madam and Geeta Joshi madam for bringing this unique opportunity for students in Mumbai, around Mumbai, and around India who have joined online so that they could understand some facets about the marine methods. Thanks are due to all our students, participants, research scholars, teachers for attending this function. Our technical team who has always supported us. It's just a formal vote of thanks for the inaugural function. A big vote of thanks will be later on. And definitely the session after listening to our speakers' introduction itself, I think we are going to have a very good time. And as Himanshu sir said, it will leave us with hunger that will bring out more craving to get more information and how the venom turns into lecture. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. We begin with our first session. To begin with our first session, we have with us Dr. Narsim Thakur, who will be talking on biodiversity and chemodiversity of venomous marine organisms. I request my colleague, Dr. Bindu Achari, to introduce our guest.
A very good morning to one and all. It's my proud privilege to introduce our first speaker and the senior principal scientist and head Chemical Oceanography Division, CSIR NIO Goa, Dr. Narsim Thakur. Dr. Narsim Thakur, originally from Magadhan, Sindhupur district, Maharashtra, is a senior principal scientist at the CSIR NIO Goa, where he heads the Chemical Oceanography Division. He began his research career at PG College, Mumbai, under the guidance of Dr. Madhavi Inda as an MSc research student and later completed his PhD in sciences at CSIR NIO Goa. The degree was awarded by Goa University with over 25 years of their research experiences, including postdoctoral work on marine several national and international projects. Dr. Thakur
organisms, because there are many organisms, microorganisms, especially microalgae, bacteria, fungi can produce or give these molecules. And these molecules, excuse me, it's in problem.
I can see somebody currently link also. Who's sitting in the back. Request if there is some participant who has joined online, if you could mute yourself.
Maybe not because of my distance.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Then sea urchin, sea animal, very important organism you can find. Then you, how many of you institutions, our CSI institutions, so that they can think about translation part. Then ecological studies and of lead molecules. are in marine ecosystem. And marine ecosystem, it is not very easy for these animals because always there is all the time there's a water current and then pressure on the physical forces in the nature. So they should have such a venom which is very effective and acting fast. Okay, there is no time because prey will move very easily or escape from these organisms very easily. So that is the reason. So that is the evolution of this venom. Maybe in terrestrial system we are getting venom which is not that much powerful, which we are getting in these marine creatures.
of marine snakes is lesser than this. It's more toxic.
Okay.
And second thing is, while you're working with marine creatures, you get permission from biodiversity board. Is there any other permission which is required?
No, biodiversity, the protected species, we cannot harvest them from the nature. So we take NBA permission for that and National Biodiversity Authority permission. There is a form we have to submit that we are using these organisms for say academic purpose and that also how much quantity we are taking. Otherwise, the organisms which are not protected, you have to intimate the forest department. Yeah, on that particular state forest department, that our so and so project is going on and we will be studying this organism. So it is not all the time necessary to collect the animals. Many times our studies are field oriented, so we make a quadrants to understand the diversity, map them, do that temporal variation in their diversity, how much or how much area they are covering during before monsoon, after monsoon, during monsoon, different seasons. I mean, okay. But when you are harvesting for say our bioactive compound purpose, then we intimate forest department for not protected organism and under protection or scheduled species to NBA permission.
Is there like any restriction that we should collect from specific area and not from the area?
Yeah, there are protected areas like in Gujarat, Marine National Park are there, Marine National Park. So from there you cannot collect, even you will not get permission. See, one of the incidences I would like to highlight, like we were having drugs from the sea program earlier. Almost 7-8 labs were involved. That is not there. So just 6-7 years back got over. So we were visiting Gujarat, one island we wanted to visit, and we approached forest department. We had official letter from NBA and even from our funding agency, that is MOES, Ministry of Earth Sciences, that this group can collect organisms in small quantity. But last sentences they had given that we do not encourage scientists to collect organisms. Okay, that is just tricky thing. Everything was there. They can collect, they can do this research. So what this forest officer did that he put that letter in front of me and by highlighter he put that. See this. So we cannot give you permission. So there are tricky things, but we should avoid collecting these animals in large quantity. Earlier, say maybe 10-15 years back, chemistry people suppose working on biotechnology, they will go whatever is there, they will collect, put it in organic solvent, extract. But now that's why we are working towards the chemical ecology. First, we are trying to understand what is the ecological role of these molecules, then get the molecule in small quantity, go for chemical synthesis route to get the molecule in large quantity, not to harvest from the nature.
Any role of any ethics committee?
No, ethics committee is not committee.
There are multiple questions needed.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Dr. Usha from also the chemistry. I work on peptides from venom from terrestrial seeds. So you mentioned 3 indolent derivatives in your talk. We have observed in terrestrial venom, we have seen glycosylation patterns, we have seen phosphorylation patterns, we have seen amethylated amylation, ubiquitination, these kind of signature molecule signatures we have seen.
Which venom it is?
We work with the big 4 medically important species, that is Russell's viper, Saskale viper, crate and poodle. So we have seen these kind of post-translational modifications. So do you see any unique signature patterns in peptides?
See, actually, peptide isolation till that we work, in our group. but our collaborator, he may answer this question in depth. That is Professor Jan, our collaborator from Belgium. He's working on this post-translational things, changes. Yes.
Thank you.
We will interact with you.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. I had to talk about this situation where you showed in this slide. In this gastropod eggs were laid right next to a sea animal. So what is it causing to the sea animal? Is it a coincidence or reaction or is it-
Maybe commensal, yeah, because sea anemone is not getting any benefit, but gastropod is getting benefit. And this is happening during November, December, January. Every year we observe that these gastropods are laying eggs close to sea anemone.
Okay, sir, thank you. Anybody else has some question? So by outcomes, as we see in industrial animals, there are more intensity of their tropical
Comparative, you're saying, with temperate and tropical, nobody has compared yet. That data is not available. Marine data is not available. Maybe Dr. Kalyan, anything is there for diversity point of view? Temperate and tropical, any difference in marine creatures, venomous creatures? Yeah.
Tropical is more diverse. Tropical oceans more diverse. They have more toxins. So the condition is very harsh in tropical.
Sir, I had a question regarding, sir, you mentioned that normal climates are not favoring jellyfish populations. So if in any area there are large aggregations of jellyfish populations, so won't the biology toxicity demand of the area increase? So they also have to feed
Yes. Yeah.
certain food plants and other
Yeah.
invertebrates.
Yes.
So won't that result in ultimate decline?
Decline of oxygen.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
So I'm
And that is favorable condition again.
so how much?
It is a report. Anything, Kalyan?
But asking of if it is the oxygen.
I see.
So they are oxygen because the jellyfish they don't need too much oxygen. They can survive in limited oxygen. Yeah, they are prey. They can prey. Actually, they are voracious creatures. They can prey any phytoplankton, zooplankton, fishes, whatever they want. They will finish it, and their lifespan is also short. So they will eventually die. And
What is your question exactly?
The jellyfish are adapting to the oxygen.
Yes.
But are the prey also adapting to this demands?
No. No.
So that's not. So
No, no.
ultimately-
Prey requires whatever oxygen is, but jellyfish can survive in low oxygen. So if jellyfish bloom is there, the oxygen even in the because see, there is oxygen minimum zone every year it forms during the post monsoon season. Okay, and that's why in this Indian coast, the west coast of India, there is oxygen minimum zone is reported. Okay, and in that region, even the oxygen is low, maybe prey is less. That much feed is not available for jellyfish, but jellyfish population is still there because jellyfish is feeding on so many other things. Yes, thank you very much.
thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful session. And I'm sure that there would be some more questions and students would interact with you.
Video file.
We have discussed on quite a number of toxins.
फाइल लोकेट नहीं हो रहा था
But there is one toxin I think we can never say no to.
क्योंकि
It's
इधर पे
tea.
दिखा रहा था सिस्टम
So we have a tea break now. Tea will be served in the state area. Just when you get out of this hall, towards your left, there are stairs which will lead you down towards the stilt area. And we'll request you in your folder, in your kit, there is a coupon for tea. So kindly give that coupon and the tea will be served. And we'll come back after 15 minutes. So we have to start the next session, no?
यहाँ पे डाउनलोड करेंगे प्रोफाइल्स
हाँ चलेगा ना।
ये लैपटॉप यूज कर लेना
हाँ ये यूज कर रहा हूँ एक्चुअली मैं अभी
इसमें डाउनलोड करता हूँ
माझ्याकडे एक फाईल आहे मोबाईल मध्ये ती
प्रेजेंटेशन सर मेरे को 5 मिनट देंगे एक्चुअली मैं सिस्टम चेंज करना है
हा मग ते डाउनलोड होतो ठीक आहे चालेल नंतर मग आपण मला पण पाठवून थोडी तेच तो पण प्रेझेंटेशन असंच आहे म्हणजे आम्ही बॉसला जातो ऍक्च्युअली आता कसं त्यांच्याशी बोलून आपण काहीतरी आउटरीच ऍक्टिव्हिटी चांगल्या करू शकतो
सर दीपक सर उनको बोलिए ना व्हाट्सअप करने के लिए, तो मैं डाउनलोड करके रख देता हूँ अभी, क्योंकि ये केबल कनेक्ट नहीं हो रहा उनका।
मेल पण करू शकतो. त्याला माहिती आहे कधी कसं मेल करू शकतो काय? मग कसं करायचं जरा सांगा ना. उगाचच हे आहे हे शेअर अरे सिंपल पेपर टाइप करा. एक मिनिट.
हेलो 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 हाँ मैडम मैं लेता हूँ, जरा सेटअप कर रहा हूँ, कर देगा 37 MB का जाएगा फिर सर जाएगा जाना ही पड़ेगा। व्हाट्सअप वगैरह है ये तो व्हाट्सअप पे सबसे अच्छा, मेरे को भेज देते तो मैं कर दिया रहता था। हाँ वो तो है सर। समझेगा कैसे एक पूरे जगह बना दो। नहीं गया नहीं गया अभी नहीं गया। स्टोरेज फुल है, तो स्टोरेज ही फुल हो गया जीमेल का। चलो व्हाट्सएप पे कर लीजिए, इजी रहेगा।
नेटवर्क का प्रॉब्लम है ना?
नहीं एक्चुअली आपका गूगल ड्राइव है ना फुल हो गया सर,
इसके लिए मेरा डिवाइस भी नहीं कनेक्ट हो गया।
नहीं सर वो केबल नहीं ले रहा। डॉक्यूमेंट्स में है ना सर, ये है ना?
हाँ।
ओ सर
जा रहे ना?
Good morning, all of you. I'm happy to be given this opportunity to introduce our next speaker for today's session, Mr. Pradeep Patade. Pradeep Patade, sir, is co-founder of Marine Life of Mumbai and Coastal Conservation Foundation, is a native of Mumbai with a deep passion for cities' unexplored marine life. After a 22-year career at the Indian Express in human resources, corporate marketing, and production, he made a life-changing switch to marine conservation. Known for his close connections with the local fishers, the 56-year-old sir has extensive research experience, field experience, and leads shore walks to raise awareness of Maharashtra's marine biodiversity. He has been documenting the biodiversity and threats to Mumbai's shores for years, aiming to bring these issues to the attention of citizens and decision makers. So, switching over from like what we can derive from these marine organisms to how we can do something about to conserve them, right? So the session will be taken over by Mr. Pradeep Patade, sir.
Thank you so much, Sushma Madam. I'll request my colleague, Dr. Bindu Acharya, to felicitate Mr. Pradeep Patade.
Small token of.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, hi, good morning. So I'm talking today about marine organism found on our Mumbai shores. Actually, I'm not a marine biologist or something. I just walk on the shores and see whatever everybody can see. But I'm a bit curious about those animals, so I started documenting these animals. I must thank NIO and RJ College for giving this opportunity because I was curious about these venomous animals since long, and this is very good opportunity for me to learn, understand. In my presentation, I'll share my experiences, the animals which I encounter with, and what fishermen talk about and what exactly they interact with these animals. So this is how I started documenting marine life. Let me tell you, this is 2013 Girgaon Chowpatty Ganesh Visarjan. So Ganesh festival is very popular in Mumbai. Everybody knows, lots of devotees visit Girgaon Chowpatty, Juhu Chowpatty and Dadar Chowpatty. In 2013, on the occasion of 1.5 day Ganesh Visarjan, around 70 people got stung, and I was part of lifeguard team coordinating between lifeguards and BMC on duty. I do this work since last 20-25 years. So these are volunteers, and around 70 people got stung by stingray. I was quite sure because that sting was stingray, because I've observed say around hundreds of baby stingrays caught in fisherman's net. So that time I checked with lots of marine experts about first aid, and nobody was sure about what kind of first aid is to be given. And then I realized there is no much research or study has been done on marine life. And yes, I mean, then I switched. Earlier, I used to document lots of birds and butterflies. I have documented around 100 species of butterflies from Maharashtra Nature Park from Mumbai. And then I thought, I mean, I must concentrate on marine life on marine life found around Mumbai. That is how I started documenting marine life. So stingray is a fish has long tail, and the tail has a uh, barb, and barb has venom. And see, at on that particular after next day of this incident, uh, CMFRI did study and they found lots of other animals also. Like they found eels, jellyfish, flathead fish, and yeah. So yeah, this is how my journey started. And I founded Marine Life of Mumbai in 2017 with two of researchers. One is Abhishek Jamalabad, he's scuba diver and marine biologist, and Siddharth Chakravarti, now he's an independent researcher working on small scale fisheries and one of the first captain of Sea Shepherd. They works on Atlantics and Pacific. Uh, and we started documenting marine life of Mumbai. So far we have documented around 160 species of gastropods, 54 crabs. Normally, we know around 6 or 7 species of crabs we found in market, but we documented around 54 species of uh, crabs, then 13 echinoderms, common like brittle star, sea stars, sometimes sea urchin, yes, we found, and feather star also we found on Mumbai shores. Then 20 soft corals, including anemones. 8 species are of corals. 4 are very common. If you walk on any rocky shore of Mumbai west side, you can see commonly seen 4 species. They are very common on Mumbai shores. Very few people aware about the corals found in Mumbai. And yes, then hard corals, then fish around 50 plus. These are numbers we have taken it from iNaturalist, where we document our observations. Around 100 plus people are contributing to our project called Marine Life of Mumbai. This is open repositories, so anybody can look at the iNaturalist and they can do further study if they want. So where are venomous animals found? So venomous animal found on rocky shores, sandy shores, and sometimes in mangroves. Mangroves is quite neglected area in Mumbai because very difficult to access. Restricted areas like Sivri is restricted. Lots of places are restricted in mangrove habitat. Then we found animals like sea snakes and venomous fish as bycatch. So fishermen are best guide to understand venomous or any animal. I learned which animal is venomous or harmful from fishermen because some of these animals they avoid. The animals which they avoid, definitely they are venomous or harmful. So especially so further some slides are there where I can explain, I mean, how they avoid and what exactly they do with that particular animals. And some pelagic animals come washed off due to monsoon winds or stormy conditions. Now, I mean, you can, if you visit any sandy shore or something, you can see some blue bottles, Physalia species. I mean, recently last week, we observed some blue bottles at Girgaon Chowpatty and Juhu Chowpatty. On sandy shore, definitely you can encounter with them. Pre-monsoon conditions, Porpita comes, blue button. So these are animals we found. I mean, you should be opportunistic. Otherwise, if you visit any shore in monsoon, our shores are full of plastic. If you visit Juhu Chowpatty, you can see I mean, almost all shore is full of garbage. You can't even walk, you can't even enter into the shores in some pockets. And normally these animals land up in certain pockets because of wind conditions. And the moment wind shifts, these animals shift to other location. So commonly seen animals, corals. As I mentioned, we have 8 species of corals, uh, stony corals. Some are reef building also. The first coral is very, very common, found in almost all locations. Haji Ali is very common. Just walk 50 meters or 100 meters and you can see hundreds of colonies of this false kilo coral. This is not so common. Gonios Cora species not identified yet, and this is also not so common. But other two solitary corals like blackened cup coral and burnt cup corals are very common. They are venomous because their structure is they have polyps and polyps has tentacles and tentacle has stinging cells. Okay, so they are venomous animals. I don't know. I watch what kind of toxins they have, so I'll not talk about that. Dr. Thakur has given lots of information about toxicity, and definitely in the interaction session, I'll also interact with them. I mean, because I want to learn more things from him. And yeah, I mean, so these are octocorals commonly found on Mumbai shores. Visit any shore, rocky shore. You can see this Gorgonian in some part of rocky, and some sandy patches are there. So there you can see. And these particular species are very common on one particular place called the proposed Shivaji Maharaj Memorial Statue site, which is say around 2.5 kilometers from Kap Parade, 3.5 kilometers from Girgaon Chowpatty, and 1.2 kilometers from Rajbhavan. So it's so close to Mumbai, and yeah, it's so close to Mumbai, and there are plenty of them. So on every rock, you can see hundreds of these Gorgonian fans available. So yeah, very common, same, similar. And this caricaceous species, this is, I think lots of people talk about invasive species. I have no idea whether it's invasive or something, because they are not abundant. We found twice only at Haji Ali, and on other shores we have not seen them. So I don't know whether it's invasive or something, but lots of research paper says Carijo is invasive species. Dr. Thakur talked about zoanthids. Okay, so this Paleothea I heard very toxic. But in Mumbai, I mean, normally we don't touch any animal on shore walk, so I don't know how much toxic that zoanthid is. We get to see 5 species of zoanthids from Mumbai. First 2 are common. Zanzibaricus and Paleothea mutuki is very common. Almost all rocky shores you can see. And that microzoanthus is not so common because it's very tiny, difficult to sight. But somehow we managed to click these pictures. Not so common. Similar, they have polyps, I mean, and tentacles and central disc and stinging cells. About toxicity, much study is to be, I mean, we need to do lots of study on toxicity. I mean, I don't do that. But if anybody wants to do some research or something, these animals are abundant in Mumbai. Yeah. Then sea anemone, yes. First anemone is called pearly sea anemone or carrot anemone. Walk on any sandy shore, you can encounter this animal. Very, very common. The size of this animal is palm size. So you can, at the time of low tide, you can visit our shore and you can encounter those. The Anjuna anemone, the second one, is also common, found on rocky shores attached to the rocks. Sometimes you confuse with species because they comes in different forms. I mean, different color forms. So one of my friend visited Malwan and he clicked lots of photos of this particular animal and asked me and our other colleagues for identification. He thought, I mean, different species, but finally it become a one species and he got disappointed. So yeah, and the third one is not so common, the Diadomena species. The other Diadomena species, Diadomena lineata, green lined anemone, is commonly seen in Mumbai shores. Uh, the structure of the anemones found on sandy shores are like they have cylindrical body buried under the sand. The top part, the polyp, you can see visible. The moment any wave or comes something, they retract. I've touched Paracondylex, I mean that pearly sea anemone, and it has a leathery feeling, I mean tickling thing you get to see. And earlier days, lots of fishermen used to collect this animal and used to hand it over to Tarapurwala Aquarium. So once upon a time, I mean now Tarapurwala Aquarium is shut, but lots of fishermen used to collect whatever they used to get from Girgaon Chopati, including sea snakes, eels. They used to hand it over to Tarapurwala Aquarium, and I had open access to that particular place because of those fishermen friends. So whenever they used to catch these fish, I used to accompany them, and then those all staff become my friend, and I used to observe all these things. So I've seen them feeding small fishes also, sometimes prawns with a stick or something. They used to bring it to the mouth part, that central disc, and whole tentacles used to retract, you know. So those things I have observed, and so yeah, I mean, I mean, you should be opportunistic. I mean, if you regularly visit one particular place, make a good friend, I mean, fisherman's friend or something, and if you follow them, so many stories I have. I mean, today's topic is venomous, this thing. So yeah, I'll stick to venomous animals. Then these are all hydroids. First one is stinging hydroid. Uh, Not so common in Mumbai, but in some rocky patches, you get to see these stinging hydroids. And when you walk in a shallow pool or something, you get proper sting, okay? And sometimes you get proper red spots on your body also. These are not the other uh, one is, I mean, normally one sea slug called Cretena, Pawar Shindevaram, recently described from Mumbai, from Maharashtra basically. Very common on our Mumbai shores. It feeds on this hydroid and they get toxins from that hydroids. Okay, so people call it's toxic. So lots of sea slugs feeds on such animals and they get toxicity from that animal. And this species, I mean the Cretena, I didn't included that photographs here. I should have. Very interesting species. But on our Insta page or something, you can see all these animals. Then yes, scorpion fish. Scorpion fish are also very common on Mumbai shores. The dorsal fin has spines and spine has venom. They are very well camouflaged, and you might get step on to that particular fish and get sting. But I don't know how toxic and how dangerous it is. For fishermen, they know it's dangerous, so normally they don't handle that animal. The animal which fisherman doesn't handle, they are 101% harmful. That I know. Then same thing like there is a toadfish. Toadfish they handle. Even toadfish has three spines on their dorsal fin, and they uh, extract venom from that. But stonefish is bit fleshy, so local fishermen eat that fish. So there is no venom in their intestine or something like puffer has. Okay. Then that's a stingfish. Uh, Stingfish also has venom, but I don't know how potent it is. That's what need to do lots of study on this venomous animals found in Mumbai, because if these animals are found in Mumbai, definitely on almost all our coast they are present, right? But there are no reportings from fishermen because they do whatever they know. I mean, घर का इलाज करके they leave it. Okay. So yeah, so their outreach comes. Then conus. We documented around 155 species of gastropods, out of which these are three common species found on our shores. Conus, textile conus is very harmful. Fatality is reported from India, but I don't know how potent venom they have. So basically, conus has a proboscis, and proboscis has a dart like, I mean, harpoon like thing, and they dart it to prey or something to paralyze. Okay, so we have not seen them darting any animal or something. I'm waiting to see such incidents. Yeah, interesting things we found on our Mumbai shores. Very rich in diversity. Mostly it's been neglected. People feel our shores are filthy, full of toxins, full of trash. Not toxins, full of trash. But yes, still we get to see 8 hard corals. Imagine. So yeah. Uh, Then again, pelagic animals. As I mentioned, this is Porpita porpita. First one is this one. Normally comes around 7 or 8 days pre-monsoon weather conditions. Some storm happens, then this Porpita comes, and they're not so harmful. I mean, not harmful at all. I mean, if you have allergy or something, then you might get some rashes or something, but otherwise they are not harmful at all. But for fishermen, this species is indicator species. Like whenever this porpita get washed on our shores, fishermen says पाण्यात फुल पडला आता पाऊस येणार. So they start taking their boats out of the water. So yeah, I mean, how confidently they mention about these things, and I have observed. I mean, after Porpita monsoon happens, and then this Physalia land up on our shores, because again Physalia, I mean, Porpita is sorry, bottle get washed off on our shores. So this is very dangerous animal, I can say, because it has a gas-filled bladder and a sail-like thing on top. Okay, with waves and wind conditions, it get washed off. Has very long tentacles. I've seen around 10 feet tentacles of a blue bottle. And I have seen they can they will be able to paralyze fish also. So on I have one video. This animal on the I've seen on the sandy shore, and one fish got entangled into that tentacles, and that those tentacles, they bring it towards their body. So yeah, I mean, that I've seen, that experience I know. I have some experiences about this animal. I got stung thrice by this animal because I'm member of Mapadlal swimming pool at Girgaon Chowpatty, and I used to regular go for swimming in sea. So in monsoon, every year around 2 or 3 members of Mapadlal get stung by this fish. So very common. One of my friend was admitted in hospital for 3 days because the whole full bunch of this blue bottle got entangled onto his feet and whole body. Okay, so you get unbearable pain. You feel like somebody is giving you 1,000 injection at one time. You can't bear that pain. Okay, so it's so dangerous, and you get red rash on your body. Pain remains for say around half an hour time or 45 minutes, depending upon how much contact on your body. So the first aid is very simple. Normally we get panic because uncertain thing happens, then we get panic. Uh, so we must be calm. I mean, if any victim, if you see on shore or something, make him calm. Then put some hot water if possible. Otherwise, just pour seawater and remove those tentacles. Don't rub. Uh, Local people apply. Sometimes they apply sand, which is dangerous because that whole thing will spread on their body. Sometimes they apply lime because limbu pani wala to shore pe rehta hai. So they apply lime. But I think this is not a proper first aid. I mean, for this particular animal, we are not supposed to use any vinegar or lime on a particular thing. So hot water is good, and if you can't bear pain, go to nearest government hospital. Why I'm telling you government hospital? Because they are the best. They know some. They have some departments. They know they have some ICU units. Regularly they get patients like this. So always try and visit government hospital. Then in monsoon again, lots of jellyfish. Dr. Thakur sir mentioned about uh, jellyfish congregation. So after post monsoon in winter, we observe lots of jellyfish getting washed off on our shores. Local resident call this particular jellyfish is Tadgola or Zarao. Tadgola because it's full of water. Okay, so common names are quite funny. Uh, so, and why Zarao? Because when they get sting, it burns. So, Zalto, bodila. So, it's Zarao. And this is very huge uh, jellyfish called barrel jellyfish. It's around 2.5 feet big. Okay, not so common, but in monsoon, if you walk on our shores, definitely you can see, and in winter also, because lots of these jellyfish, fishermen, I mean, they get in fishermen's net, and for them it's threat because less fish and more jellyfish. Their nets become heavy because the body is full of water, and they're jelly-like things, so it's very difficult to remove also. So they are, I mean, for them it's nuisance. Yeah. Then yes, bycatch. Bycatch is major thing because lots of fishermen get fish, venomous fish, like this is catfish, commonly called Indian discus in aquarium trade. Looks very good. Live in mixed water, like if you reduce the salinity of water, still it survives. So quite popular in aquarium trade. Again, it has a spines on their fins. Very dangerous. Some studies are there. I mean, their venom is very potent. Then again, puffer. Puffers are again nuisance for fish. They have sharp teeth and they eat whatever fish they get in their nets. So, and common. And they discard it because no use. I mean, it commercially, they don't have value. And third fish is very dangerous. They avoid touching this fish. It's yellow, some catfish. I forgot the name. Okay, so yeah, so this is very dangerous. Locally called, I don't know. I keeps on forgetting names. Sorry, kalam. Locally called kalam. Okay, and very dangerous. They don't touch, it has slime on their body. Spine has venom. Again, it has a dorsal hard, spine, and spine has venom. So they normally avoid touching these animals. Then next, yes, sea snakes. Everybody likes. Lots of wildlifers start their career with snakes. They are very fascinating with snakes, and snakes are very dangerous. In Mumbai, we documented 8 species of sea snakes. Two snakes are very common: hook nose and spine-bellied snakes. Looks similar. Why snakes are dangerous? For not for fishermen but otherwise also, because in monsoon lots of snakes get entangled into the net. Whenever possible, if it is not entangled so much, they just release it. But if it is entangled badly, then they bring it with the net on the shore, and sometimes they remove it and keep it live. Snake can live, some snakes, not all snakes. Okay, but hook nose 100% can survive out of the water for half an hour or more time also. And because of stress or something, it become the whole body is full of sandy or something, and sometimes we feel it's dead. Okay, and the curious tourist or something try to lift it, and when you lift it, this animal is already in stress. He open his mouth. Okay, so bites, I don't know, very few bites for fishermen's reported. I have seen some kids from slum or something. If that snake is juvenile or something, they collect, put it in bottle and take it to the home. So these are very, dangerous things happening on Mumbai shores. Much more, awareness should be created with fisherman community definitely. So yeah, major threat for fishermen also and for humans also. Uh, this yellow-bellied sea snakes, I got to see just last 2 weeks ago on Mumbai shores. First time sighting for me, but some records are there from Mumbai shore. So Mumbai shores gives me lots of surprises. Our shores are very rich. Yeah. So we try to. We can't educate fishermen, but we try to convince them. Try and put that entangled snake again back to the shore. Many fishermen kill the snake. They just crush their head. Nowadays, one more thing I have observed is, as a bait, this snake flesh used for crab. This thing, lots of, in Mumbai region, they catch crab with that ring net, and they use, earlier they used to use bait as a chicken ka legs or something, or goat ka arteries, but nowadays they are using snakes also. That I have observed. If you want to see sea snakes in large numbers or something, if you visit Marve, 101% you can see sea snakes in Marve, but avoid touching. On our walks, this is one of picture clicked on our walk. We educate people who comes with us for a walk. And yes, definitely with two fishermen also. Whenever incident like before Ganpati, if I see stingrays coming in fisherman's net or something, or blue bottles are coming on our shore or something, we have good network with media also. They play major role in awareness. So we inform them to, we give them information about first aid or how to avoid these animals. So we have good connect with media, and they definitely help us. We interact with authorities also. So whenever such incident happens, we provide advisory to authorities like Mangrove Foundation, BMC, to put up some such boards. This board is put up at Girgaon Chowpatty by Forest Department, Mangrove Foundation, Girgaon and Juhu Chowpatty. But still, I mean, there is no much study has been done on venomous or dangerous animals. People still handle animals. So yeah, I mean, next slide is this. Sometimes authorities give wrong information also. So we need to collaborate with institutes like NIO or whoever working on such animals, because sometimes they give wrong information. We have to get in touch with such agencies like BMC is very important in Mumbai, Grama Panchayat or whatever in rural areas. Yeah, so that's all. And yeah, that's end of my presentation. But I'll share one more experience about the terrestrial snakes and sea snakes. Uh, Before this presentation, I checked with my doctor friend. Okay, he is into wildlife. What exactly protocols they have? So he mentioned we have toxicology and some forensic department in their. I mean, in hospital also, and particular topic they have. They know protocol for the terrestrial snakes. They know what, I mean, how to treat that person, but there is no venom available for sea snakes. And very few people report about sea snakes bites. So that is again a question. I mean, how many people die out, I mean, because of this venom or something? Interesting subject. But whenever something happens, he insisted me to admit in government or municipal hospital, because they have ICU. They have alternative medicines because respiratory problem or some muscle ka problem, particular sea animal, sea snakes, I think. Okay, they have different venom, so they can put the patient in ICU and they can observe. So yeah, I mean, avoid going in private hospital because venoms are, I mean, anti-venom also not available in private hospitals. They have to source because very few cases comes. Okay. Rural area for terrestrial, almost all government hospital, they have venoms, but in Mumbai, bit difficult to get venom in Mumbai also. So yeah, so whenever such incident happens, uh, rush to government hospital. Uh, Now lots of young students are there. So I'll request them, see, precautions are very important. So avoid touching animals. So the further thing will not happen. You don't want to go to hospital or something. So avoid touching these animals. Okay. While on field, wear proper uniform, or I mean proper costume, uh, gumboot or something, or gloves or something. That's all I, yeah, and thank you for listening. Any questions you can ask, because I've covered whatever animals I know. There are, I mean, we get sea urchins in Mumbai, we get Britain stars and sea stars in Mumbai. How potent, how venomous they are, I don't know. All our observations are there on our Insta page called Marine Life of Mumbai. You can regularly visit our page, my personal page, that's Pradeep Patade. I regularly visit. Yesterday also I visited Carter Road and Khardanda. So I don't miss any low tide. Uh, yeah, low tide comes in full moon and new moon. Today Chaturthi, so next 2 days are there. So post new moon and full moon, you get 4 to 5 days to observe our shores. And yes, thank you. questions. Yeah. She has question. Yeah.
So as you mentioned, fishermen are treasure trove of anything related to marine organisms. So is there some kind of collaboration in place, or can it be made when researchers, researchers or students like us can collaborate with these fishermen and get data from them? Because as you mentioned, we know about Mumbai shore, but reports or any data from other shores, because if we find fish here, there will be some other venomous animals in other shores, and these fishermen know about these. So, is it possible for such a collaboration to happen, or is there one in place?
See, yeah, we are into outreach programs. We regularly visit fishermen's visit in Mumbai. Definitely, same pattern you can replicate in other locations. It's quite easy, but getting in touch with fishermen is very difficult because they normally don't speak much. They are always busy sorting their catch because that's perishable good. So they have to rush to market very quickly. So monsoon is good time to speak with. Okay, if you want to do some collaborations or something or awareness campaign or something, you can. I mean, certain time and good connection. Okay, first, I mean, we visit their societies. Okay, whatever collaterals or outreach material we are making, we must share those with their societies and then the locals, because locals are very busy. So at least whenever their society have some program or something, they might call you, and that time you get to see hundreds of fishermen together instead of visiting one Kolivada. Yeah, so these are things we can definitely do. Like you have seen that for blue bottle posters, we did it and we post it on our shores every monsoon or whenever they land up. Okay, BMC put some posters before Ganesh Visarjan and at the time of Ganesh Visarjan also, because they know that incident happened. But sometimes authorities forget. So this year there are no posters of blue bottle on any shore. Okay, last year they were there. So we have to keep on reminding them. So that's another problem. And yes, young researchers should come, go visit fishermen's village, speak with them whenever they have time. If they don't have time, just leave it. I mean, you should be there on the field for more time. Then only you'll understand their habits and their time. I mean, when they spare times and stuff. Yeah.
So this is not a question, it's just a comment that with regards to government hospitals and treatment. So generally, most snake bites, whether it is terrestrial or whether it is marine, it is only treated symptomatically. We have anti-snake venom, which is manufactured by about 7 companies in India. Okay. They make anti-snake venom against a cocktail of 4 terrestrial venoms. Okay, and the standard dose prescribed by ICMR is 10 vials against a snake bite. Okay, that is what it is. So just to clarify, they generally the treatment protocol against venom in any hospital, government hospital, they are trained to treat it symptomatically and just give anti-venom as and when required.
Correct.
But because they undergo that training and because a lot of snake bites come from people like farmers and so on, and so these doctors are trained in the public health system. So that is why I agree with you that you have to go to government hospitals because they are trained. But just to tell you that they are by and large treated symptomatically and not against the venom person.
Yeah, because see, the simple things, whatever they learn, they will treat accordingly. So the important thing is, if you are aware about what kind of treatment is to be given or what kind of snake bite is there, then definitely you can inform them. See, for example, if I get call from any victim, I mean, who got bite or something, then I know this hospital is there, this particular department is there, this kind of treatment they give. Then it's easier. As you mentioned, venom, anti-venoms are there. Some doctors are not, practicing that thing, because in syllabus, everything they cover, but they are specialized in one particular thing. That doesn't happen. But if we are aware, then at least we can guide. Yeah, so they definitely in government hospital, they put directly into ICU if they see the marks of snake bite or something. That I have observed. I have, accompanying some victims to government hospitals, because since I'm on field, normally go on field or something, people call, "Arey, ye bite ho gaya, kya karna hai?" So yeah.
As a mandate of getting to training, we give awareness training for terrestrial snakes. So we would be happy to collaborate.
So I'm not into terrestrial snakes, but if you have something with marine, yeah, because see, on our shore walk, definitely we conduct around 4 or 5 shore walks every month. So around 100 plus people walk with us. Whenever we see any bycatch, sea snake or something, or catfish or scatfish, we talk about their parts, I mean, danger things, or about their venom. Yeah.
You need your help to get in touch with.
Yes. We are very active on Facebook. I mean, you just Facebook and Insta page. You just Google Marine Life of Mumbai, and we have lots of volunteers. I mean, maybe some volunteers are there still in this auditorium. Some researchers also work with us. We help researchers working on their projects or something, finding animals. Because if you want to do any research or something, first you should know where that animal is present, right? Where they can get those animals or that habitat and access. Yes. Thank you.
If there is any question from the online participants. I think those who have already heard, Pradeep sir previously also, you will understand one thing, that he is one man who is not from science background, but yet he has better knowledge than a zoologist, and that's only experiential learning. And that is what we would like to tell the younger generation also, that many a times when you move out of your books, there is so much to learn. And I totally agree with him that it's a time where we need to bring our traditional knowledge together along with our modern knowledge. Then only the traditional knowledge can be saved. So thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful session. We move to the third session for the day, which will be an interactive session. And we have two speakers from NIO, Dr. Mandar Nadaskar and Dr. Kalyan Dev. I request my colleagues, Dr. Geeta Joshi and Mr. Bhagirath Mishra, to introduce our speakers.
Dr. Mandar Nadaskar is a principal scientist and head of Project Monitoring and Evaluation Division at CSR National Institute of Oceanography, Goa. For the past 20 years, Dr. Mandar has been working in the field of biodiversity and ecology with research focusing on coastal ecology. In the past, he has worked on various projects ranging from impact assessment studies in the terrestrial projects to the deep sea diversity. His main focus has been conservation and restoration of critical habitats and has written many environmental management plans as well as conservation plans. Being a scuba diver, he has led and successfully executed mass coral translocation programs in the Middle East along with monitoring of reefs. He has also carried out artificial reef assessment projects and new habitat creations. His research interest encompasses functional interaction between species for insight into predation, parasitism, and symbiosis. I request Bhagirath sir also to introduce our speaker next, who's going to demonstrate the animals, and then we'll start with the session.
Good afternoon, one and all. Dr. Kalyan Dey is a scientist at Biological Oceanography Division of CSIR National Institute of Oceanography. He began his marine biology career at CSIR NIO in 2011 and later earned his PhD. His expertise include coral reef and marine benthic ecology, as well as fishery sciences, with a focus on sustainability. His research investigates the effects of global and local stressors on marine benthic animals and coral reefs, contributing to conservation efforts and decision-making. Dr. Dey has received a Fulbright Fellowship at NOAA, USA, and Israel Government Merit Fellowship for his PhD. He has published 20 peer-reviewed articles and presented at numerous conferences. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, Geeta Madam and Bhagirath sir. I'll request Sanika Madam to felicitate Dr. Mandar Nanaskar. And I'll request Dr. Bindu Achari to felicitate Dr. Kalyan Dey.
Presentation. Has it been uploaded?
So this is an interactive session. So I will not take much of time so that you can interact with Dr. Kalyan Dey. He has also some slides after this. So
And there are some specimens as well bought here so that you all can have a look at it and then interact accordingly as well. So many aspects of venom, marine venom, you have just uh, understood from the speakers, earlier speakers. And I would just like to highlight and say 5 to 10 minutes the ecological implications or the functional importance of venom, how much it extends just beyond just killing the organism. Killing is easy, just it gets over. But the mild form of venom is what is having more implications in terms of ecology and evolution. So there are different types of venom, and accordingly you will see that there are a lot many definitions as well. So anything and everything gets toxic, including humans. So I'll just go through how it affects the ecology, and even some people here are interested in terrestrial parts. So I would just touch up where they have functional importance in terrestrial as well. Okay, next slide. Okay, so in simple terms, it is lethal. Toxin is lethal, and it has lot many other repercussions. They bring in alterations in physiology, enzymology, or enzymatics, hormonal changes, and most interesting what I find is neuromanipulative. Many of them secrete certain chemicals which are neuromanipulative, which they use for their own goods for to be successful and to increase their population. So uh, to look at these are being secreted for defense, offense, prey capture, and larval recruitment, which is very important in marine basically because all possible benthic organisms, they have one stage in their life that is larval stage. That is what helps them in dispersal and acquiring new habitats, and that is what their success is basically. So it's a cocktail of lot many different peptides and non-proteinaceous molecules. So there are a lot of chemistry, complex chemistry as far as toxins are concerned, and they have been used by organisms for in their predator-prey interaction. So they are deterrent. Predators use it. Then host-parasite interactions. That's what we found. I'll show you one example at the end, which tells about how the parasite is using neuromanipulative techniques so as to manipulate its host and to successfully complete its life cycle. You must say, many of you must be zoology students here, so you might be having a standard typical cycle of parasitology, how they change on one changing the hosts, and but they have certain chemical secretions by which they bind this ecosystem together. We'll see it. And fishes, marine fishes, there are 19 families which have evolved and all have evolved independently. So that means it's not that one lineage has evolved and then diversified into many different lineages secreting different types of venoms, but they have evolved independently. To look at the larger consequences, what happens is the ecological role, if you see, they start producing venom, and with that, their morphology changes, anatomy changes, and as well as there are behavioral changes. So you see aposematism, what we call contrasting color signaling, what is required to signal the predator saying that, okay, I'm venomous. So mostly what we see is yellow or orange bands contrasted with black bands. So it's a signal saying that, okay, I'm venomous, be away. And again, another interesting evolution, what happens is Batesian mimicry. You might be knowing it is a display of or copying another unpalatable organism by a simple non-venomous organism. So that has evolved just because of toxins. Then Mullerian mimicry, so parallelly evolving chemical toxins for and colorations which are similar. Then toxins consume energy. A lot of energy goes into production of toxins, and with that, then they have to balance the energetics towards reproduction and growth as well. So they have to balance out how their energy can be utilized accordingly. So every habitat, every group, every species is going to do this balancing and calculations of energy for their survival. And then this increases the niche basically. So it expands their uh, ecosystem or what home range, what you call it. So basically they have a venom with them. So with that, they don't have to be afraid of many other organisms. So they can explore more habitats and have better populations. So again, a toxin allows you to do what is escape and radiate. So this hypothesis has been presented where chemical defense plays an important role, where diversification of organisms as well as speciation takes place because of toxin. So this is a nice review done by Schindel et al. So it tells you about what the lineages of fish and other organisms, marine organisms, including terrestrial organisms, how they use it in terms of predation. If you can see here, the color indicates what they use it for, who uses it for predation, who uses it for defense, and then what are the secretions what they have. Again, this is about the fishes and their lineages, how they have evolved. As I said, they are independently evolved. You can see from their morphology where the venom gland is and where it is being injected. It is in all different species, it is in different areas of their body. So somewhere in the pectoral fin, somewhere in dorsal fin, somewhere in buccal cavity, here like what we have a parrotfish. And in stingrays and other organisms, again, it is at the tail on the dorsal fin or pectoral fins. So this is how it has evolved independently. And this is again lineages we can see. Orange or yellow colored are the fishes which have no connection with the adjacent lineages, but they have independently developed venom in their own families. So again, looking at many other organisms, terrestrial organisms, all ants, bees, wasps, they all use venom of some or the other kind. They wasp venom, they use it for paralyzing their prey and putting it into their nests for the next generation to feed on. So they're neurotoxic. They completely make it immobile and keep it alive to feed for the larvae. Then there are very large scale implications. If we see ants secrete formic acid, it's known, it's their family itself is Firmicidae, so all ants secrete, and with that they have very larger implications. Like in Amazonian rainforest, this lemon ants, they design actually the type of vegetation according to their populations where they spread on, and they selectively secrete the formic acid, and with that manipulate the type of rainforest species what can be staying there or existing there, and they're called devil's gardens. So that is how Amazonian rainforest also has been designed because of the ants. Classical case you might be knowing about acacia and the grazers. Acacia on African savanna, all large mammals, they feed on this acacia trees. Acacia trees, when they start feeding on them, as the grazers start nibbling the leaves, they immediately start secreting a toxin, a chemical, which immediately makes it unpalatable. And that travels through the wind, and all other acacias also start secreting them. So the grazers have very limited time to graze on and go on to the next patch. They also have this role in that. And classical cases of eucalyptus, you must have seen wherever eucalyptus is there, below that nothing will grow, not even grass. That strong is that what we call wicks, the smell of wicks. So this is how the ecosystems are being designed by certain chemicals and infochemicals. And we have lot many organisms like nematodes, mites are there. Then there are threadworms, which infect lot many insects. There are bacteria, viruses. We might not realize it, but a cold virus also manipulates us. Rabies virus manipulates a dog. It changes the dog's behavior and changes its home range, it starts biting, it starts salivating. It's not just, they're not symptoms. It is what the virus is doing to the dog. And what for? It just wants to get infect the next dog. Simple. So best thing is to make the dog more violent, start biting other dogs, and more salivation. So the virus is there everywhere, and it gets transmitted very easily. Same thing happens with the cold virus. If you see kids, they're playing around, and you see they're always with runny nose, and it gets spread everywhere. So you must be knowing about this very classical toxoplasma, one of the microbes which has multiple effects. So it infects rats, cats, and then humans as well. And in humans, they have very different behavioral changes. So it makes the rat very bold, and it actually reaches out the cat, and then the cat has another phenotypic effect, that is it needs more grooming and so on, and their human caretakers do that very well. And then in males toxoplasma has different effects, and in female humans they have a different effects, behavioral changes you can see, and it affects I think almost 2 to 5 billion humans. It's not seen in India, I don't think so it is in India, but very common in Europe and US. So very interesting. You can Google it out. Very interesting phenotypic effects it has in different organisms. Then I'll come to this last example. That is the trematode, what we are studying. You can get it just at any coast, anywhere on this mud flat around here, Mumbai coast as well. This is its first intermediate host, that is the cerithid, which is well populated, nicely distributed on all the mud flats. So the eggs get into this organism first, they multiply there, and they multiply in lakhs, literally in lakhs. So we have dissected and seen, say, 5 lakh or so trematodes being in single specimen. And what they do is they take this organism, they castrate the organism completely. No reproduction for it. They take the place in their gonads. Gonads are completely replaced by the trematode parasite. From there, they have to get to their next host, that is a fish in the subtidal area. Now, a slow, sluggish snail, how it is going to go to this fast-paced organism? They manipulate this organism to slowly drive it towards the subtidal area, and they get released over there. Then they manipulate the fish to go to the surface of water. Why? So that the bird can eat it. That is their final host, where it can reproduce sexually, and the bird comes back on the mud flat and releases the eggs. So its cycle is completed by manipulating these many hosts in different ways. With this, I would like to thank you all and would hand it over to Kalyan to continue for next part of it. Thank you. Next.
Very good afternoon. So I'll start very quickly. I'll give you brief introduction of different type of toxic and venomous organisms, marine organisms, and what type of toxin they contain and the implication of their toxin. So this is the very classical example of blue-green algae. So this is the algae, and it is prominent in Indian coast just after monsoon, when we get a lot of nutrient input from the terrestrial after rainfall. So this is this cyanobacteria, and it causes a lot of diseases if it is contained in the seawater. Diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, skin irritation, and normally we should prevent our intervention in sea during this cyanobacterial bloom. Another is a Noctiluca. They are a red color microalgae. So these are plankton. So this is very much toxic for marine organisms, and for human it can cause skin irritation and itching. Another one is Pseudonecia, it is also very much, worldwide it is available, and it has a dominic acid. This is very much poisonous to fish, actually, fish and shellfish. If we consume shellfish, and it will transfer to human, and it can cause different type of diseases. And this is also reported in seal in California coast. If seal get infected with this pseudonecia, they manipulate their behavior, then she'll become very much aggressive, and they bite people, and it can cause the death of other marine organisms. And this is the algae. Another is gymnodium. So this is also very much important in terms of shellfish poisoning, and it is very much it is reported in Japan coast, and it is also reported in Bengal coast, and very much dangerous for many ecosystem. And also in Mumbai coast, it is these days reported. Another important venomous organisms is this red sponge. Normally, they are present in the coral reef environment, and they can cause a lot of inflammation and skin reaction, allergy to. And this is hydroid. It is present in Mumbai coast and west coast of India and Goa coast, mostly in rocky shore, and it can cause burning, pain, swelling, skin allergy. And this is the box jellyfish. This is one of the most venomous organism in the world. If we get a sting, only minutes is remain. This much lethal it is. And there is one famous Hollywood movie. I think some of you can see. This is Will Smith, 7 pound. So that he did a suicide by this box jellyfish, and it is also reported in India. So this is the classical symptom. If Patel said also showed, and this is the symptom. And there are numerous report of fatality from jellyfish sting. And Patel research showed this box, Portuguese man of war, Phacelia, is very much common in Mumbai shore and west coast of India. This is not a single animal. It is the many more animals, more than thousands of animals. They made this colony. This is not a single animal. It is a colony of animals, and these tentacles can reach up to 20 meters below the water. So they can catch whatever is there, fishes, and they immobilize them and take their body fluid as a food. And it can cause paralysis and severe pain. If you get a sting, then you will feel that I should die rather than survive. This much pain is caused by these organisms. This is one of numerous reports are there in Mumbai also. This is another jellyfish. They are similar. It is reported in India, different part, Chennai coast, mostly east coast. So they can also cause a lot of trouble, if you get stung by. And these sea anemones are very much common in rocky shore and sandy shores, and they have an anthraquinone toxin, and it can cause fever, and nausea, vomiting, and it is very much common. And as we have seen from previous talk, that in India we don't have this awareness. If people are after going venturing in the sea, people become sick and they don't know the cause of the sickness. So that is very much lacking. And through our project in this project in NIO, and we are trying to reach out to maximum people, to fishermen and students through reach out program to generate the awareness to tourists also. These are the zoanthids. They are very much common in rocky shore, and this is very much toxic. They produce palytoxin, and it is very much fatal. Consequences are there, and the reports are there. People have died because of palytoxin, and in Mumbai shore also it is present, and they split their toxin actually. This you can see, sir, sometimes they'll split liquid if you touch them, and that is content of palytoxin. And if it goes to your eyes, and there is chance of blindness. So this is very much common. Zoanthus is another so they are also content of palytoxin. So and yeah, so there are reports of fatality, and people put this zoanthids in their aquarium. So from there are reports that deadly toxin release and fatality also. Fireworms, it is present in Rocky Shore, but not in West Coast. But some reports are there in Kerala coast and Tamil Nadu coast. So they are also neurotoxin, and they look very beautiful. So it can cause a burning sensation in the skin. And crabs are delicacy seafood, but they also contain, some crabs contain toxin, and especially for those who are allergic to seafood, and it can cause fatality. It is reported in India also, especially this one, three-spotted swimming crab. It is also present in Mumbai coast also reported, and Goa also, and fatalities reported from East Coast. And cone snails are showed in Mumbai coast. Cone snails are there. So this is Conus textile, one of the most venomous organisms, and it gives around 30-second time. So 100% fatalities are there, and you cannot realize the sting because it is neurotoxin. So this is conotoxin is very much potential for drug, and especially anti-cancer drugs. And there are some patented medicine from conotoxins. And most of the conus are toxic, most of the conus. So whenever, sir, you are venturing in shore work, be aware. So lot of what you showed, they are also potential toxic. And these are the sea slugs. They are present in the reported in Chennai coast. They are also very much toxic, and they contain venoms, and it is reported. So Chennai coast, it is reported. Blue ring octopus. This is very beautiful creature, and they are very toxin, tetrodotoxin. There are a lot of toxins, and very complex chemistry is there, and it is also so much toxic that you have only a minutes. Yeah. So this is, they will paralyze immediately, and they will stop the heart. Crown of thorn, they are present in the coral reef environment, and they are omnipresent in our coral reef in Andaman, Lakshadweep, and they feed on corals. So they contain saponin, that is also very much painful if you get touched. And this is sea urchin. I have got these samples with me, so I can show you. So sea urchins are also very much painful, and it can cause paralysis and cardiovascular collapse, like stopping of heart. So there are numerous report of death from sea urchin. Hook-nosed big sea snake. This is very much common in West Coast, especially Goa and Maharashtra. And they are most venomous snake in the world. Only 0.5 ml their toxin is enough to kill a human, and for cobra it is at least 25 to 50 ml. So, and there is no antidote for sea snake venom. So, and we don't have much awareness because fishermen are handling very carelessly, and tourists also. And we have observed in Goa, and we did an awareness program. We wrote reports and publications, but scenario is still the same. So you can see it is in the net. After the netting, you can see the snakes is there, and people don't know this is the most venomous snake in the world. So this is we did our laboratories test also with these snakes, and it is lying here and there. People are handling, kids are playing with the snakes. It is, but actually we don't have any awareness for marine organisms in India. Yellow-bellied sea snakes, it is also present in Mumbai. Also, it is reported. It is this secret. They are one of the venomous secret, and they are present in coral reef environment. And recently, 2 years back, one of my senior, he died while venturing in the sea. He went for honeymoon in Andaman, and during swimming, he was bitten by sea snake, and he died. So there are numerous reports, but we don't have any awareness. So through this program, it is our goal to generate awareness, and each of you, you should transmit this, information to your friends and family, that whenever we are venturing in sea, please do not touch any organisms. Puffer fish, as I showed, they have tetrodotoxin, and that is fatal to human. But these puffer fish are very much a delicacy in Japan and some South Asian countries. And those chefs, they need special license to prepare this puffer fish dish. And they can cause severe pain, abdominal pain, and fatality is reported within 24 hours. So many reports are there around the world. I showed some very few here. Scorpion fish, they are present, omnipresent in the intertidal areas, subtidal areas, rocky shore, coral reef, and you cannot identify them because they are very well camouflaged with the environment, and their sting is too much powerful that you will feel okay, I cannot bear this pain, I shall die, better. So, and it is omnipresent in Mumbai coast also. And when you are going on rocky shore, especially Haji Ali areas, and even in Girgaon Chowpatty areas, they are there. Lionfish, they are very beautiful, present in coral reef area mostly, and they can cause also fatality. And stingray is, it is well known all over the world, and they got their infamous publicity because of this guy Steve Irwin. He died because of sting. So it is also reported so many fatalities are there, and it is reported in India also. A lot of fishermen get a sting. Rabbit fish, this is also food fish, but people don't know this thing, and consuming large quantity can cause hospitalization. Moray eel, these eels are present in any type of rocky shore. I have seen in Haji Ali and Orly, everywhere it is there. So they are also can cause severe fish poisoning, and this is neurotoxic, biological and gastrointestinal. Lot of, and this is also present. Steve eel catfish is also present in our coast. So these are a few difference, and then we'll see some of the organisms we got from NIO, and how can we show, sir? Yeah, they can come in. You can come in groups, and you can see. Yeah. Yeah. And if you have any questions, any doubts, you can ask me, and you can ask me now, and after dinner. Oh, sorry, lunch.
Camera. Camera sir, नंतर मग last participant आहे ना?
हाँ,
ती दाखवू
कॅमेरा ऑन करू शकतो. गीता मैडम, काम
सर सामने से तो बोलो ना कि कैमरा सामने से थोड़ा बहुत नहीं हो कैमरे के स्पीड पर है ना कौन से कैमरे
इतना तो जूम कर रहे हैं. कैमरा है ना वो स्क्रीन ही है वो स्क्रीन है इसमें चेंजेस का ऑप्शन नहीं है ना We'll just have a look at the specimens first here, and then you can have a look at it in person. Okay, so just Dr. Day will tell us what specimens they have got. Have a look on the screen, please.
पहले किया था ठीक था।
They had come because one of the two
What you see here, these are soft forms. They have the hematocyst. This is a steaming cell. Whenever it will touch someone, suddenly, caused by transition. Here these are skeletons. These are without no spine, and this one is with spine. So spine cause burning sensation, and it has some toxin which can cause toxicity to other animals. And this is called defensive mechanism called avoiding predation. This one also is soft coder, so they also have hematocyst. This one is a crown of thorn. This one is crown of thorn. They are mostly present in coral area, and they do predation on corals. So they kill corals. Actually, they are very much harmful for corals. And there also they have different type of toxins. So it can normally no other predators they predate on a crown of thorns, and that's why they got so much in a very short time frame, and that helps them to predate on corals. And, this one is sea animal. They are present in the rocky shore, California. And these are zooanthers. So here you can see one sea animal is present inside the zooanthus, and zooanthus they made colony on a barnacle shell. So this is very much good example for mutualistic behavior. So Juventus give shelter and protect the internal organisms from predation. This one also Juventus. They are mostly present in Rocky Shore. These are present in Mumbai coast also. This one is soft coral, fire coral, this common name. So they also have nematocyst, and which gives burning sensation and itching to skin. These are the famous. This is one of the most venomous in the world. So if it gets sting within 30 seconds, you will die. So there are different types of different species of coral. So they all are present in our Indian shore, especially in coral reef areas. So coral reefs are very beautiful and meanwhile very much dangerous. So this is overall organisms we got from Inano. Now we can come in by looking at the see.
Uh,